So let's talk about accessing literary criticism through Southwest Baptist University libraries. Well, today we're actually going to be talking about using a specific library database, and that is Contemporary Literary Criticism Select. So from the library's homepage, go to Research Tools, mouse over Research Tools, and click on Articles and Databases. And on the Articles and Databases page, you're going to notice you can either view databases by subject or by name. In this case, we're going to go with subject, and that's the default. We're going to click on the subject Language and Literature, which is also a department here on campus. And what you'll notice is there's a listing of a lot of different databases that are relevant to this subject area or this department area. We're going to go ahead and click on Contemporary Literary Criticism Select. And in Contemporary Literary Criticism Select, you'll notice that the tab is populated for the database that we're currently searching. So we can search just Contemporary Literary Criticism, or we can select search all literature databases to search contemporary authors and contemporary literary criticism. What we're going to do is we're going to type in the last name of the author. So in this case, we're looking for information on Marilynne Robinson. And so we're going to go ahead and type that in. We're also going to type in the name of her literary work. It's called Gilead, and we're going to go ahead and search that. Now keep in mind for this literary criticism database that authors who passed away before 2000 may not be included in this database, because predominantly the authors that are included are authors who died after 2000. However, there are authors listed here that you will notice that actually are included in the database. So don't dismiss this database right off the bat. Go ahead and start with this and then move out to some of the other literary databases that are listed under language and literature. So what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and notice a few things on this screen. First of all, the document title. So just keep in mind that this is the title of the actual document that we'll be reviewing or looking at to see if it's applicable for our specific area. We're also going to notice that the source is the name of the database that we're using, Contemporary Literary Criticism, and the type of source, whether it's a biographical account of the author's life and literary works, or whether it's criticism, other scholars' views on that author's literary works. One thing to keep in mind is just that you can use biography and criticism, and they are equally important. Just make sure that you consult your professor's preferences before you make a call on that. The other thing is if you click on a specific title of a document, if you click on this one, for example, and you scroll down to the very bottom of the document, you'll notice that there is a listing of works cited, and there are several different articles and books that were utilized to put this account together of the author's literary criticism. And so what we're going to do is just keep that in mind, because if you do need additional resources, the works cited is a really great way to find additional resources. Another thing to keep in mind is don't dismiss the literary criticism just because you don't see the name of a specific maybe literary work that you're actually critiquing at the very beginning. What you want to be aware of is that it doesn't necessarily always contain, a document may not contain the specific literary work you're studying, but you may find that there are similar characteristics or similar themes that the author writes about in all of his or her literary works, and that might be helpful as well. You can also do a Control A and then Control F, Control Alt Find, search and look to see where in a specific document a reference is to a literary work. So if we do Control A and then Control F, what you'll notice is we're searching for Gilead, and it is highlighted here. Every time it's discussed in this document, you'll find it highlighted in orange. If you have any questions, feel free to contact your personal librarian for the Language and Literature Department or contact SBU University Library.